Greetings and welcome to the episode number 30 of our Icelandic adventure here on CK3. We have now to rule with our sixth king in chronological order, King Rastos, and all of this because the previous ruler, King Biejan, who inherited the kingdom of Iceland in the previous episode, he already died. He didn't last for long. I mean, it was kind of expected, but I will say that he lasted even less than what I was imagining. He managed to rule only for 6 years. This basically means that in the previous two episodes, we witnessed the death of two different kings. First, King Ara, who managed to rule over the kingdom for an extensive period of time, and then, as I said, King Biejan, who lasted only 6 years. And now we have to deal with King Rastos, who is 23 years old in perfect health conditions. But this is going to be quite a challenging succession. And generally speaking, I will say that the campaign is getting more and more complicated. So what are the challenges? Challenge number one, King Rastos didn't manage to have kids yet from his current wife, Queen Huld, who is now 36 years old. So honestly, here I think that we will need to divorce and to find a new wife, hoping that then the new wife, maybe a younger one, will give kids to King Rastos to ensure that then we keep inheriting within this bloodline. The second problem is that King Rastos has actually an affair with his own mother, which is something that we already discovered in the course of the previous episode. So this didn't become public, it's still a secret, but it's something we will have to work on because of course I would like to prevent that this become public, and of course we have to interrupt this relationship. Also because in the previous episode, Queen Mother Astrid got pregnant a few times, and I believe that those kids were not actually kids of King Biejan, the previous ruler and the husband of Astrid, but rather kids of his own son. So we managed to kill them all. We managed to get rid of them all in the previous episode, not to mess up with succession, which explain why the territories of the Kingdom of Iceland are still compact and we didn't lose any territory, but still we have the challenge that there is still this affair going on, and we need to terminate this affair because we need to make sure that Rastos actually impregnates the wife and not his mother, as it should be, I would say. Then on top of that, we are going to have troubles also with the vassals, because of course the vassals have a poor opinion of the previous ruler, King Biejan, because of the short reign, and because of that this will also decrease even further the opinion that they will have towards Rastos. We already had to deal with some arising faction. There might be also some new independence faction. I think that this campaign is getting more and more difficult. For the lifestyle, the very first decision for this episode, I would say that it makes sense to remain on martial. We have already a few traits from overseer. I would say to remain on the authority focus because this might help us to limit the spreading of factions and to increase the control of our territories. So let's see. This is the very first thing I would like to do. Second thing I would like to do, we have to form a new council, and I will say to prioritize all the powerful vassals to reduce the risk that they join factions. We will have already to deal with factions, this is clear, but at least let's try to reduce the risk of having the big players joining the party. Okay, we only have one powerful vassal who remain out of the council, and then probably the sway can start from here to try at least to bring him to our side. I mean, minus 93 is almost impossible. I could send gift, of course, to try to improve the relationship with the vassals, but I would rather keep it in case if I will need to hire mercenaries instead of giving additional gold to vassals who could raise against me. So I think it's safer. Another thing that I will do, as I was saying, I would like to divorce because Queen Huld is not giving children, and she's getting older and older, so let's divorce from Queen Huld. It will cost us 100 of piety, but I think it's the right thing to do, and let's find a new wife. Okay, we could rather go with Biella, because this will grant another alliance, also with a mercenary band, and also she's intelligent, which will reinforce the inheritable traits we already have, so I like it. It grants an alliance, so why not? Let's do it. Send proposal. She's wounded, unfortunately. I hope she will manage to recover. Do I have a good core physician? Yes, I have, but with -23. I hope he will not join scheme against me or my new wife, but we will see. And this is for the divorce. Another thing that I really need to do is to break the affair with my own mother. She will lose 30 of opinion for 10 years. What if instead of breaking up, I have an idea. I mean, it's crazy, but let's try to get rid of her instead. Because if I simply break up, she could still make it public, and that's a crime for the reformed Asatrophyte. So it will be ideal if this does not really become public, the affair, and the fact also that we were incestuous. We have also inherited a war from the previous ruler, and it's a war where we will not participate further. I have already disbanded the army because I didn't want to spend gold for the maintenance, and honestly it's a war that is not really that interesting for us. We already contributed a little bit. We were managing to bring the war score to +24%. We could easily help the old ally to win this war, but honestly I think it's not worth. It's better to keep our armies in case if we will need for internal affairs. Then let's take a look what happens at court. The munificence of Gerdautas. In the past few days, neighboring High Chieftain Gerdautas has been visiting my court on his way to some holy site or something. Since his arrival, he has been outshining me with his generosity towards my own courtiers. I could take advantage of him and try to get additional gold. Let's try. Okay, and he has lost 30 of opinion for me. Then I find my courtier Heogan sitting on the floor, surrounded by spilled paint and pieces of canvas for the 3rd time this month. And of course I will not stop his artistic inclination. We can also host a feast, a modest feast of 200 units of gold. And let's hope to increase the relationship with the vassals. And once I manage to kill my own mother, I will focus on my rival, just to reduce the risk of being killed. The sway on Jarl Jorund was successful, so now the opinion goes to -62. I have lost my spy master, so it's time to appoint someone else, ideally from the powerful vassals. And actually Jarl Jorund will be the optimal choice here, because he has 12 of intrigue. Then it goes to -10, but we are already swaying him, so should soon have a positive opinion. And I can also hold court, so let's go here and waste this 100 prestige to check what's going on in my own court. The man knows his way around the hammer and will not let you down when it counts. So I could increase the opinion of my vassal and make Arnbjörn a knight, why not? Or I could even assign him as a bodyguard, I don't think so. Consequences of war, it's an event that we have already seen recently. Basically it's somebody who blames us for the wars where that were declared. And I will have him executed. Your Grace, I have come to humbly pledge my realm to you, if you will accept my terms. Honestly, he has a very small army. I mean, if we would like, we could even conquer their territory, which is something at the moment I'm not doing because I'm not planning to expand right now. I have to secure the stability of the kingdom first of all. So honestly, I will simply refuse this offer, and this will allow me to get 6 of court grandeur. He will lose 10 of opinion of me, but I don't really care much. And my business here is done. And Queen Biella has been murdered. Of course, this is not ideal. We have to find another wife. Maybe we could go with Gremislava, because she's ambitious, just, diligent, Russian. We will try to convert her. And we will have another alliance. My mother is still alive. We didn't manage to kill her, but she has the not feeling well penalty. So who knows? Maybe then she will die naturally very soon. I will then say to focus on this Boleslava, who is my rival. And in the end, my mother died. Okay, I managed. As I was imagining. This of course gave me stress because she was my mother and also my lover. But it's fine, I will get the trait irritable to diminish the stress again. And no one discovered my secret that I was shagging my own mother, and that most likely I even impregnated her. As well as no one discovered that most likely I'm the man behind the murdering of the previous ruler, who was King Byzantine. Let's try to get a boost on the fertility to make sure that we get some heirs. War declared. This is a neighboring ruler here who is asking for the Yardom of Leporia. Of course, we will need to rally the troops and defend ourselves. We can raise all armies and march straight to their capital. Of course, it was not desired, but yeah, we live uncertain times. I could also call the other house member. I will not call my allies for the moment, I don't think it's really needed. First siege is completed, we have plus 68, let's move to the next city. Plus 90%. And we win the war, we can enforce demand, and we manage to defend our territories. And my rival died. Very good. She drank herself to death. That's awesome. Do I have any other rivals? Yes, High Chiefess Sophia. I think I will execute. Let's execute. Let's try to kill my sister. She tried to send me something that is clearly poison, so she's conspiring against me. And I have to make sure that her plot does not succeed. I think it is also time to change the court type of our court, because we are still having a tribal court. So yeah, let's move to an administrative court. It will cost us 500 of prestige, but I am fine because we have plenty of that. Ho ho ho, my spy master has discovered that there is a plot to kill me, which of course is very good because this reduced the chances of the scheme to be completed. And I think it's actually my sister, that's why I'm plotting against her. Ah, and there is also a new rival here. I should take care of him as well. And finally my wife got pregnant. This is good. I have now the feeling that maybe, but I don't want to jinx it, this campaign is going back again on the right path, when in all of this King Rastos has reached the age of 28. And we have a new event at court, foremost champion. So there is some competition between two champions. I will make them challenge, but not to death. So one of the two will get the trait wounded. The only problem is that then they will develop a rivalry between each other, but let's go for this. And I have an heir, but it's a daughter. Let's call her Aslaug, I like it. This will also give us the chance to form eventually alliances, and maybe we should really do it. Let's do it, matrilineal marriage. We get an alliance of 3,500 men. And we have the chance to get rid of my sister. Let's try to increase the chances even further. Nah, not much. Do it. Let's see. Yes. I kill my sister, which of course is bad also because I have lost an alliances because of that, and of course she was still a member of my family, but I have the feeling that she was plotting against me. So guys, I will say that probably at this point we could close the episode for today. Maybe let's complete the sway on the Queen Gremislava. But right now I have the feeling that things are under control again, because the only faction we have is this independence faction. 3 members. I mean, the Duchess Aslaug maybe might leave the faction very soon, and the others are simply too weak to have any request. In the meantime, we keep converting counties to the Reforma Satru Fate. The Sami Norse culture is slowly spreading in the rest of Scandinavia. Okay, the sway was completed. I will continue swaying the queen because I really want to improve the relationship. There will be a lot of opportunities for a further expansion of the kingdom, especially taking a look at Denmark. On the other hand, I'm not really sure if it is the right time to weaken ourselves with new wars. This is something we might consider in the next episode then, but at least I'm happy to see that even though we had two rapid succession, basically 2 episodes with 2 separate death of rulers, it seems that now things are again on track, and we have a king that is in good health condition. He is only 29 years old, so also in the long perspective it seems that things could run smoothly again. Let's see then what other achievements we will reach in the near future, and of course, as always guys, I hope to see you there, and if this will be the case, see you in the next video. Cheers!